So we basically managed to fix this problem without going onto the roof and without spending any money. Okay, so if you look at my web portal here, you can see I've got my installation. I've actually got 20 panels, and for some reason we have 7 of those panels with this flag icon on it. Now this can be an issue with the microinverters not reporting, but because it says full, it says a system production issue here, I don't think that is the case. And if you go into events, you can see that it actually says 7 devices produce no power. So I think we have an issue with power. The first thing I'm going to do is double check that all my breakers are up. And if they are, then what I'm then going to do is go into the loft, and quite unusually this particular installation actually has the microinverters in the loft rather than on the roof. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the panels over on the inverters and see if the problem stays with the inverter or with the panels. Now I'm hoping, for my own sake, that it's with the inverter and I can send them away and get them replaced, because I can do that from inside the loft without actually having to have access to the outside and the roof, which means I can do it myself. We'll see how we get on. So here are the panels related to the solar installation. This is definitely on. Both of these are on, and all of these are up as well. So there doesn't seem to be any issue there at all. So this is the other panel, and as you can see, that's all on as well. So I don't think there's any issues with the breakers. In fact, I know there isn't any issues with the breakers. So next stop is the loft. Okay, so I'm in the loft. Apologies, it's a bit messy, but you can see the micro inverters. Actually, I've got a light here. There are the microinverters hanging on the inside of the loft. So we've got 2 over there. Oh, actually, we've got some more. Let's have a look. So yeah, you've got, I think that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think that's 14, oh hello, 15, 16, there should be 17, so I'm missing one somewhere. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see, I've got the serial numbers on the app of the ones that are not responding, and I'm going to just put some stickies on them first, and just also see whether the lights are blinking. Okay, so I've now worked out what's going on. There is definitely a pattern. The lower of those 2 inverters there is faulty, and then the whole row all the way along to the end are all faulty. That appears to be the end of the loop. I believe that's the end of the cable there. So that one's not connected to anything. I'm going to have a look at the other end and see where that goes. So this seems to be the last faulty inverter, and it goes to what looks like a junction box here. My current thinking is that it is one of the panels that is tripping that whole line, and if I just remove one of the panels it'll probably fix it, but I'm gonna see if I can get hold of to get hold of Enphase first. Okay, so I've just been on the phone to Enphase, and actually what they've said is that they can see the microinverters aren't actually receiving the correct voltage, and she thinks the most likely issue there is going to be the junction box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to power it down, take out my screwdrivers and see if that is the issue. If it is, that's most definitely an installation problem, which is interesting how I tried to sidestep that. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Okay, so I am going to power everything down. I'm pretty sure that does it, but just to be on the safe side, we're just going to turn everything off. Let's just do everything off. Okay, Okay, so here is the junction box in question. As you can see, it's been cable tied, as have the microinverters. Doesn't strike me as the best practice, but hey ho, I guess it works. I guess it's not dangerous, just a little bit sloppy. Anyway, I'm going to take the cover off that and see what we find. Let's see, have we got an issue? Doesn't look like it to me. Does not look like an issue to me. Let's have a closer look. I can't see any obvious, but I can see, I don't know if you can see that. Is it going to focus? No. You can see that. Basically, there are issues with like insulation being viewable on a few of these there as well. I kind of don't think this is the issue, but I'm going to just fix it anyway. Okay, actually, this may be the culprit. If you look at, there's some discoloration there and the plastic just snapped off as I try to undo it. So I'm going to go and find another connector and just reconnect that. I think that's the issue. Okay, so I've just brought another connector up. I'm going to strip that and connect it. And yeah, look at that. It's all discolored. Interestingly, just finding bits like this left around in the loft. So yeah, not the tidiest installation. Anyway, all right, I'm going to do that now and see if it fixes the problem. Okay, there we go, all taped up, so safe. I'm not quite sure what capacity these connectors need to be, but I'm pretty certain that's going to be more than enough. Just a quick eyeball the other ones. The other ones look okay, so I think I'm just going to leave those. Okay, let's go and power it up and see how we get on. Okay, let's power it all up. Okay, everything on. Give it a few minutes and see what happens. Okay, so I'm back down here. I've actually left the system to sort of like settle for probably about 20 minutes, and I'm still getting these flags on these particular panels. However, I don't think necessarily the issue is the same issue. I've just gone to live status and we are not connecting to the gateway for some reason. So I wonder whether there's some issue with the internet connection to the gateway, which is meaning that it's not feeding back. What I can tell you is that we are generating solar because the solar generation meter is flashing red. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cycle the power on the gateway and see if that makes any difference. So here is the Envoy. So we have most green lights, just for some reason not an app green light, which is odd. I mean, I would have thought the other ones mean that it is connected to the internet. Anyway, I should give them a ring. Okay, I've reset the Envoy and we still don't seem to be getting any information. However, I have a My Energy hub which also monitors my solar production, and I was just checking. We've got quite a lot of sunshine out there and it seemed to be generating, I think it was 5.4 kilowatts, which I don't think it would be doing if all the panels weren't working. I'm just going to see if I've got it on here. No, I haven't got it on here. But if I show you here, okay, it's generating 2.4 kilowatts now, which is obviously could be without all the panels. But I think my next move has got to be to phone Envoy. Sorry, to phone Enphase again. Okay, just one other check I didn't think about initially, but I've just been up into the loft, and as far as I can tell, all of the faulty or the previously faulty inverters are now flashing green. It's a bit tricky to see because they're facing the other direction. Okay, so yeah, I just popped into the loft and none of the inverters were flashing red anymore, which is obviously a really good sign. I just couldn't seem to get any information on the web portal. I just phoned Enphase again. Actually, I have to say their customer service is pretty damn good. She could see the hub and said everything's working fine. And actually, on speaking to her, I then went on to the website and it's all there now, and it's generating, and it's it's generating decent amounts again. So that is a bit of a result. We basically fixed this problem which, so look, we're producing 5 kilowatts, which is great. So we basically managed to fix this problem without going onto the roof and without spending any money, or well, a connector. But what I would say is I'm not impressed with the installer who basically said, one, it's not an installation problem, and two, even if it was an installation problem, you're not covered under the guarantee because you didn't sign the paperwork. Really not a good way to do business. And I have to say, I had actually recommended this installer previously to other people and I've actually used them twice. And from this experience, I don't think I shall be using them again. Hopefully you found this useful. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe and hit that notification bell. There are a few offers in the description. If you're thinking of getting a Wren kitchen, for example, or you want to go with Octopus, there are some referral links in there for you to use. I will see you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.